Oh, there he goes. Hi. Hey guys, what's up? So was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Yep.
We had a bit of a fight. A good bit. It was a really good one too. I was actually kind of impressed with it as far as fights go, but he wanted to do a fan page, and I didn't want to do a fan page because I had just gotten up and I hadn't done the research on how to do a fan page. But anyway, like halfway through the fight, I was sitting there thinking, why aren't we recording this? Like, and that was when I was like crying. I was like crying and yelling at him, and I threw something. Like
I don't know what it was, though.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I just kind of picked something up and threw it because I was all frustrated with him and everything. And
Which, by the way, never helps a fight.
It really doesn't, but it made me feel better. And he's like, "Oh, good job. Let's throw things." And I was like, and then like somewhere in the fight, he was telling me, he's like, "Well, I don't want to yell at you," and I was like, "Then why are you yelling?" But he was yelling, and I was yelling, and it was actually really good. The thing is, we don't really fight a whole lot.
Not really, no.
Like, I mean, we argue, we debate, but we don't really fight, like yell and scream at each other. I think that's like, in the 13 years that we've been together, I think that's like the third fight we've had. Third yelling match.
We've been together 15 years. We've been married for 13. Well.
But no, I don't like yelling at him because it makes me feel bad. And also, I usually end up losing the fight. And he called me a dick.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said I was being a dick.
I suppose that can be taken as I wasn't calling you a dick.
You were calling me. You were calling me a dick.
No, I said you were being one, acting like one.
Guys, right or wrong, he was calling me a dick.
Round two.
But I called him an ass, so the whole fight became because I really didn't want to do the fan page on Facebook, and he doesn't usually do research, and because that's usually my thing. So then he started doing research, which I took to mean that he wanted it done right now, so I just went ahead and started doing it, and that led to the fight. Well, then I went to work, and I tried to use my debit card, and it wouldn't work because all the money that was on the card, almost $20, Facebook took, because I have my debit card tied to Facebook for like the games and stuff, and apparently it costs you to make a fan page, and if I had been left alone to do the research my way, that wouldn't have happened.
I wasn't rushing you.
It felt like you were rushing me, though. So
I did it wrong.
Then shut up. So yeah, we deleted the page because I don't want to be charged for that crap.
At least not yet.
Right? So then I got home and I told him I left a message. I had to borrow a friend's phone because my phone was out of time. So I borrowed a friend's phone and called him and told him he was an ass. And he's like, "How do you leave a message on the voicemail telling me I'm an ass, and then you don't tell me why I'm an ass?"
Does that all the time.
But I wanted to do that in person. I wanted to tell him in person why he was an ass. That didn't seem like a good idea to tell him over the phone.
But
Why
it
he
was
was
okay
an
to
ass.
tell me I'm an ass.
But it's okay to tell him he's an. I tell you you're an ass all the time.
Yeah.
So, but and one thing I don't understand, because like I said, we argue, we debate all the time, we fight. That was one of our rare big fights, because usually it's just we just don't agree with each other and we're like, okay, let's just not talk about this until we can come together with clear heads. But when we're tired, and that's basically what it was, is we were both tired. I had just gotten up. I was tired. I was not in the mood to do anything. He just came off of a 12-hour shift.
Working outside in the rain.
So he was tired and not feeling it. So
A little grumpy.
Yeah, you were
ouchy.
You were very grumpy. But one thing I notice a lot, like I'll see some people that they're talking about, they'll get into a fight and they're ready to call it quits. And I never understood that. It's like, what keeps the relationship going. That's what you need to focus on, is what keeps the relationship going. What do you like about that person? You know, what are the good things?
Time apart. Time apart is important in a relationship.
Especially this one. That's one of the bad things about these video vlogging, is that we're spending a lot more time together and we're annoying each other a lot. But we're enjoying annoying each other. So, like, at one time, last night I came home. At one point, he asked me what we were going to do, and I said, I'm going to sit on my computer and ignore you.
Which she didn't.
Yeah, I totally lied to him.
Me.
I did. And we don't lie to each other. Except for about, like, birthday gifts and stuff, and then ignoring each other. Because I always tell him, I'm not talking to you. And he's like, okay, fine. And then I turn and he's like, what happened to not talking to me? I was enjoying that. Mainly because I do all the talking. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I do a lot of the talking. He just nods and smiles. We have found that there are, one of the things that we try to do is avoid the, like, hot button things. Like, there are two things that he does not like: the words shut up, and he doesn't like the F word. He doesn't think it's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary. I'm sorry, it is. I agree that shut up.
I can see the therapeutic.
Yeah. It just, when things are going wrong, dropping that F-bomb just, it gets all that aggression out, you know? It's like, ah, you know?
But it's such an ugly statement.
It really is. But I agree with the whole shut up thing. Like, I say it all the time because my brothers and I were always like, we'd say things just to intentionally irritate the crap out of each other. And then one of us was always turning around going, shut up! You know, so shut up is, I get why he doesn't like it, but I still use it. I just try to avoid not using it in the arguments, because I know that's going to be a hot button thing with him. Like, if we're joking around and he's saying something stupid or goofy, I'll tell him to shut up. But when we're fighting, I'll just tell him, let's not be talking about, let's change the subject or talk about something else, because this is not going anywhere positive right now. For me, my biggest thing is go away. I cannot stand that.
But you're fine with shut up?
Yeah, I'm fine with shut up. Because that just means stop talking. Go away, just, it's so get out of my existence type thing to me. But
there's a finality to it?
It seems like it. Well, and see, and this is something, like, when I was young, well, even now, if my dad does this a lot. If he's talking to somebody and, like, it's a personal conversation between them and you come in, he doesn't tell you, hey, can we have a moment here, or could you leave the room so we can finish our conversation? He says, go away, which sounds rude and inconsiderate and not something you want to say to somebody that you care about. And I know what he means by it. You know, what he means is exactly that, of, this doesn't concern you, and I would appreciate it if you left the room so that we could continue this private, personal thing.
This is an A and B conversation, so see your way out of it.
Well, see, even that sounds rude. I hate that too.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I started realizing that one of the reasons why that bothers me so much is in school, kids would do that. You know, if somebody came around that they didn't want around, just like they just didn't like that kid, they would just say, go away. You know, which in that instance is, we don't like you, we don't want anything to do with you, we don't want to be breathing the same air, we don't even want to see you, just be gone and cease to exist in our existence. Which, really, that, and it's weird, because with the kids at school, it didn't bother me that they said it, because they were idiots anyway. I didn't really want to be around them, and it was like, oh, okay, fine, I don't want to be around you anyway. So thanks for giving me an excuse to leave without even making any kind of excuse as to why I'm leaving. I can just say, all right, fine, see you suckers, you know. But when it's your dad saying it, it has a little bit more of a sting, because that's somebody who's supposed to care about you. They're not supposed to tell you to get out of their existence. But like I said, try to not be bothered by it when my dad says it, because like I said, I know what he means. He doesn't mean just stop being around me. He just means go into the next room or something. This is a private conversation that you don't need to be a part of. We'll talk to you in a minute, you know. But that's just the way. We're not very eloquent in my family, really. Like, your family has better ways of saying things, I feel.
Well,
like, even your mom,
we have a tendency of saying little and meaning a lot.
But, like, even your mom, like, she's so old school, but she's so well-spoken.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, very far and few between that anything that she said is misunderstood.
True.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. And she's a nice lady.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was like, when I first got married to him, everybody was telling me that, you know, beware the monster-in-law. And I was confused about that. And they're like, yeah, you know, the mother-in-law never likes the daughter-in-law. And it's like, okay. So I was concerned about that. But then she liked me. We've had a weird relationship. Like, everything that everybody said was stereotypical. This is what's going to happen. Hasn't happened.
No, not that I can think of.
They said your mom wasn't going to like me. They said your ex-wife was going to hate me because I was the stepmom and I was in her kid's life, and she would be threatened by that.
But of course, it's also a rarity. I get along with my ex-wife too, so.
Yeah. And they said that your kid wouldn't like me because he would constantly compare me, like, oh, well, my mom's cooking is better, my mom does this better. And actually,
I'm the cook.
Yeah. And Bub will even tell us that, and I'm okay with Bub, for the most part, making fun of my cooking. There are times when I'm kind of an emotional mess, and he makes fun of my cooking, and I just like, okay, that's it, you're done for, you know. At one point, I threatened to stop baking for him because he insulted my cooking, and he says, no, your baking's fine. It's your cooking that sucks.
You can make a triple layer cake real easily, but grilled cheese is a challenge for you, isn't it?
Let me tell you this story. My daughter was staying with us for a weekend, and her cousin wanted to spend some time with her. So her cousin's mom, let her come with her for her visit with her dad. So while him and Bub were out, I think you guys were playing golf or something.
Yeah, I think so.
But so they went out for a round of golf, and Tila wasn't really interested in golf at all at that point. So him and his dad went out golfing. T and her cousin were with me, and I decided that for lunch we would make grilled cheese sandwiches. And for those of you who don't know him personally, Shanon is a smartass. His son is a smartass. His daughter is a smartass. And at one point, T was working on some late homework, and she asked me if I could help her out with something because she didn't understand something on it. I think it was a history thing. She couldn't find an answer or something in the book. So I was helping her find the answer in the book, and we were sitting there, and all of a sudden, a few minutes later, the alarm went off. The smoke alarm went off. And her cousin, who apparently has never heard of a smoke alarm, either her mom is a really, really good cook and that smoke alarm never goes off, or they don't have smoke alarms. Either way, she apparently had never heard of a smoke alarm, and she started asking Tila. Well, she's never heard one go off, yeah. But anyway, she asked Tila, she says, what does that sound mean? And Tila, without missing a beat, turns to her and she says, oh, well, when Jill's cooking, it means that the food's done. To be fair, the grilled cheese were perfectly done at that point. So she wasn't wrong. But
perfectly done as a matter of perception.
No, they were. Well, I mean, they weren't perfectly done in the way that...
they were burnt a little bit.
No, they weren't. It was just a lot of smoke. But, Yeah, but I mean, Shannon and I, yeah, we fight, we argue, we don't see eye to eye. We are very different and very alike in a lot of ways.
More different.
But it's what the weird thing is, since doing these videos, I'm finding out we've got a lot in common that we didn't realize, which is kind of scaring me. Because, like, the other day, what was it? I posted on Facebook, and nobody's, jumped on this, but there's a video where Shannon's, doing, his own little personal vlog. It's called, More to Come, or Stay Tuned. And if you go to that video and you comment a dare for us to do, we'll do it, providing it's legal and somewhat safe.
Yeah, I still got to go to work in the morning or in the evening.
But I posted that and I didn't talk to Shannon about it. I posted that without checking with him. And then I warned him, I got on Facebook and I messaged him and I said, hey, by the way, sorry in advance, I did this. And he's like, oh yeah, I already saw it, I liked it. And I was like, it's scary how easily you're going along with this. But, I mean, if you're in a relationship, fight for it, man. I mean, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. You might be stuck with somebody who rambles a lot, or somebody who just sits and nods and is always somehow right because they just sit and nod.
Well, talking more doesn't necessarily mean that you're more right.
Sometimes it does.
Nope.
Okay, also, we have, as I've said, I think before, we have a cat running around here, and she is not happy with the amount of camera time she's getting, so, we're gonna be having a video vlog for her. We told her she could vlog. But I told her that since she doesn't have thumbs, she has to wait until Sundays. So we're going to be calling it Sassy Sundays. And that way I can have the camera and hold it and make sure that she doesn't drop it. Because it's not in the best shape anyway. It's an old camera, but it works like a dream most of the time. You just can't get it wet.
Most of the time it's asleep.
Yeah, most of the time it's asleep. Alright, bye guys.